All right, what is up? Welcome, Sporter Kings. It is me, Tank Kramer, solo for right now. Hopefully, Brandman will be showing up shortly, and Brian is on his vacation. So but yeah, appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out. Um, we're gonna talk about the Acolyte tonight. We're gonna talk about the boys tonight, and maybe watch a trailer or two. So yeah, if I'm solo, then it might go a little quicker because I have no one to argue with. Usually, I have Brian to argue with, or Brandman to at least keep the conversation going. But I do have everyone in chat, so I always appreciate you guys. And speaking of chat, we got the viewer Drew said, "Hey everyone, what's up? What's up, Drew? Appreciate you being here." And then of course, Mama Bear, appreciate you being here, of course. Hey Tank, yeah, appreciate Mama Bear. And then I know Mama Bear and Retro Nerd Girl do their gargoyles review, I guess, discussion on it. It's really fun. I was in the one from I believe it was yesterday. I was in there in the chat often, so definitely go check out Retro Nerd Girl, and Mama Bear shows up talking gargoyles. So I'm definitely gonna do the homework for the next 3 episodes. I'm gonna watch those because I remember those episodes, and I'm like, oh, I gotta definitely check those out, and hopefully I could be back in the chat. Okay, I was. Yeah, I'm getting my days all mixed up. I don't know. I thought today was like Tuesday, and I'm like, oh man, it's still like so much. Then halfway through the day today, I'm like, oh, it's Thursday. Nice. I noticed when I went to go pay for something and I had to check my money and I got paid. But yeah, definitely go check out Retro Nerd Girl and Mama Bear, and then of course we got Brandon Davis. What is up? Said, yo, what up? Appreciate you guys being in here in chat. Yeah, so we'll chit chat for a little bit, see if Brandman shows up for a little. If he shows up soon, then we'll go. But if not, be good. I'll keep the day straight by who's streaming. Nice. Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. Yeah, because like certain days, like certain people are streaming. Yeah. Tuesday, I know Zack Attack's reviews or Zack Attack reviews. He usually streams on Tuesdays. He does his live show. So, but it really sucks, man, because like he's on East Coast, so his is a little bit later for me. So I think it's like or earlier for me. So I know it's like 8 or 9 for him, and for me it's like 7 or something like that. And it's always I'm out doing something and getting ready, or feeding the baby, cooking food, or something like that. So, but yeah, whoever's streaming is kind of a good way to know who's live or what day it is by who's live. But was yeah, we got 4th of July weekend. I know Mama Bear's Canadian, so we don't support. We'll say celebrate that. But what do you guys anybody doing anything fun for 4th of July weekend? Going to see Despicable Me 4? Going to see that on the 3rd. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Because I'm out for someone in California. That's right. Hey, look who it is.
I'm home.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you were gonna jump on, or you were still in vacation mode or not.
I was like, I'm jumping on right now. I don't care.
Yeah.
I looked at everyone. I was like, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. I'm gonna go talk some nerdy stuff. Did you get a chance to watch the Acolyte and the Boys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Both.
Yeah. So
even though I kind of wish I didn't watch the Acolyte, because I was sitting there watching it. I was telling my wife, I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on. It's just like, what the hell is going on? Why are we doing this?
Really? I love this week's episode. It's the best episode of the season so far.
Only thing they've done is they did this Freaky Friday, exactly what I thought was going to happen. I was like, please don't do this. And then, the whole idea, what's up, B? Mama Bear, how you doing? I was hoping that they were going to do that. That's my biggest thing. I was like,
Yeah. I know Kenny Sparks had a theory that they were gonna flip flop. Oh, excuse me. I think that's what they're doing, but I don't know if they're gonna do it like intentionally. But I got some theories that I think they're gonna connect to the sequels. Um, so yeah, so we'll talk about that. But I
yeah,
really enjoyed this week's episode.
I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't hate it either. It's basically exactly what I've been seeing every week. I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like they're intentionally trying to undo everything we thought we knew about Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, I've been fighting it. I've been saying, "Oh no, this is fine. This has been fine," and now I'm just like, "Nah, man. This they're trying to undo this. They're I don't like where they're going with it."
No, I like it. It all depends on how it ends. If it goes the way I think it's gonna go, then I'll be okay with it. If they just flat out do the the I don't say the boring stuff. If they do the thing with like that's not interesting, like oh yeah, he's a Sith and blah blah blah. Like you're not doing anything cool. You're just going through the motions, and then that's boring. So it all kind of depends on how it goes. But I don't think it's gonna. I hope it doesn't go that way. I don't think. But
All I know is it has to end the way it does for the prequels. It has to get
that's
us to where the prequels were. So at the end of the day,
not
everything has to
necessarily.
get us to that point.
You still got 100 years before the sequels even start. So
And I mean, just, you're betting on Catherine Kennedy. Yeah? Good luck
yeah.
with it. Just good
Yeah,
luck with it.
I think this takes place 89 years before episode one.
Episode one. Yep.
I believe it was like 89 years. I think it is.
But
So
pretty much has to get the council and all the stuff that the Jedi were doing during the prequels to that point. This is why we're this way.
yeah, I
So
can see like it
gives
ends
me
and starts the
pause.
new era. It starts the new like the fall of the Jedi era. You know, so because I don't think there's like a council right now, like a count. I can't.
They said they had one, and that's who she
Yeah,
talked to. We talked to the council, and this is
yeah,
what we
but I think
decided
it's
to
just
go
a
with.
room of people. I don't know if it's like if what we were. I don't think the council is what we saw in the prequels yet. You know what I mean? Like the people in the room with the cool panoramic view. I think it's just a group of people in a room, but not sitting down and like in chairs and shit. Yeah, I don't know. 'Cause we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen them meet.
We're not
I,
going
I,
to, just
yeah,
like they said that we're not going to get Master
yeah,
Yoda at all.
that makes sense.
We're not going to get any of that stuff. So
Because Yoda should be like. Although I mean, this whole show is kind of wishy washy with the entire lore. So yeah.
no, I think it's just bad with the lore. They're not. They don't care about the lore that much. I think they're just going to do whatever. I think Kathy Kennedy's going to go do what she wants to do,
Mhm.
and it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. She's going to go for it.
Yeah. Here, we'll jump right into it. But, all right, let me bring these up real quick. Drew said, "Excellent news! I made a funny reel on Instagram with me and Wolverine singing a song. Oh, nice! What's your
Okay.
Instagram? Is your Instagram the viewer Drew as well, right? Drop your Instagram handle so we know where to follow you. But that sounds fun. Definitely check that out." Mama Bear said, "Mama Bear, they are showing the debate.
Are they?
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah. Which debate? The presidential debate. I
Yeah.
doubt it's on Ivory Channel like it his is here. I went for a walk. We usually go for a walk around the neighborhood with the baby and the dog, and everyone windows open because I'm out in the burbs. Everyone was watching the debate. Everybody, every single house was like boom, boom, boom. Yeah,
I
so
mean, I already know what's going to happen. I'm just
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Since we're already kind of talking about it, let's jump right into it. Um, because I know Brandman really doesn't care. Even after this episode, he just hasn't he hasn't given a shit about this show in a few weeks now. So why do you what is it doing for you that you think it's ruining the lore? What's up,
I don't
T?
think it has anything. What's up, T? I don't think it cares about the lore at all. I don't think it cares about anything that we've done since Star Wars at all. I think they're just it's almost like they're doing it as a single spot. Like it's just I'm just gonna go and do what I want to do, and don't worry about everything we told you before, or anything like that. We don't care. We're just gonna go with what we want to do.
Mhm.
And I also don't like the fact that they're mirroring the other stuff that like so the original trilogy. They're mirroring the prequels. They're mirroring those things without like giving explanation. Like we thought that this was like important, and it's just something that just happens at any time. You can do anything. So I am starting to get to a point where I'm like, there's nothing that's surprising me. I just feel like they don't care. They're just doing what the story they want us to do, and that's it. If it doesn't fit in, it doesn't fit in. Who cares?
Mhm. The not surprising thing is probably true because I remember I called it like that week one. I'm like, oh, dude, like what Quimir or whatever those
Yeah,
Kai Kamar or whatever. Like, I'm like, he's the Lord, he's the Sith Lord, and
it's the
everyone's
only
like,
one that makes sense though. Yeah, the only one that makes sense. You say,
yeah,
oh yeah,
it could have been one of the moms, it could have been a Coral, whatever her name, Coral or whatever her name is, could have been her, but I was still
wow,
like,
'cause
it's
they're
probably gonna
all
be him.
dead.
Well, supposedly you didn't see her in the dead pile of people. I don't know. So, but I was like, yeah, if it is, you could say, yeah, she snuck out or she's the one that killed everybody. Like, we're still missing a lot of information. I feel like I don't know if it's gonna get to it.
Well,
Like I really
they
like,
killed all of our characters we know. All the characters we know, they killed.
yeah. Which I'm not surprised with that though. I'm like, yeah, all of them are gonna die. Like all of them are gonna die. Um, and I'm okay with that. But I mean, the dialogue is bad. I can't defend that at all. The dialogue sucks. It's just the characters doing stupid things for stupid reasons or for no reason at all. Um,
Like
so it's just
I'm going to turn myself in, and then your opportunity to turn yourself in, you do nothing.
you do the
Like
opposite. You
ev-
fight.
you fight everybody. Like why are you trying to kill? Like it doesn't make
Yeah,
sense. Like I'm watching the show. I'm like, why are they doing these things? I don't
yeah,
understand what's going on. Why are they doing it?
yeah. Like honestly, like the two characters, the main characters, Osha and May, I care the least about. Like I really don't give a shit. Like give me Soul and give me Samilo Ren. Like I'm more interested about those guys. I'm kind of curious. Like about everything with them. They feel like they're supposed to be the lead characters, but all they're doing is they're telling other people's story, but they're the main characters of somebody else's story. You know what I mean? Like, and that's my problem with it. It's like cool, you're there, but you're telling us what happened to Soul. Cool, you're there, and you're telling us why it was how it's Quimar. It's Qimir. Kaimar.
Kimar. That's what I saw.
Kumar?
Kimar.
Yeah, I forgot how to pronounce it.
Q I is key, and then
Yeah,
bar.
yeah. So, like I'm more curious about those dudes than the main characters, Osha and May. So that I feel like is the problem. The dialogue, I feel like, and I know I said to you guys before that I feel like they're trying to say this very cryptic, like cool thing that Star Wars tends to do at times, but trying to force it is cringy and bad, and it's
Mhm.
just bad writing, and it's just like not everyone needs to have this like great one liner, otherwise it sounds stupid, which it does for the most part. Um, but with
That's
the Lord,
everything
yeah,
they're doing sounds stupid almost. Like
yeah, yeah, but the lore, I don't think I haven't heard anything definitively like go against the lore. I heard people like say things, but I haven't heard them say like, "Oh, this is what this is, and this is what this is."
well, I mean,
Yeah,
because we still don't know who fathered May and Elsha, so we still have
yeah,
no idea about that. Um,
yeah.
we don't understand how they're using the Force or not using the Force. We don't understand. I never understood in Star. This is me personally. I never understood why everyone on the dark side is more powerful than ones on the good side. I never understood that. Like, if it's equal, you shouldn't be more powerful. Like, I never got that, even with
But the thing
emotion
is,
and all that stuff.
it's never equal. You know, like Like the dark side was always stronger because they can always tap into more of the force because they are not restricting themselves, where the Jedi are constantly restricting them. You know, it's like you both have a Ferrari, but you're like, yeah, but you know what? I gotta abide by the speed limit. And meanwhile, the other guy is like, flooring it. So it's like, yeah, you have the same car, but he's not listening to the speed limit. You are. So, you know, that's how I always kind of like looked at it. So and
You
the
said
bad
that,
guy,
but
bad
then
guys never,
Soul was about to win.
yeah.
And then my question is, how does he know Soul?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So those are the questions I have really more than anything.
Yeah. I saw somebody say like soul means sun, like in a bunch of different
Yeah.
languages. But Quimir, his name in Arabic means moon. I don't know if that's true. I don't speak Arabic. I don't know many people that do. So I would like it sounds cool if that's what it is. One's the sun and one's the moon. Like they're either opposites of each other or they're like somehow siblings, or related. I think that might be kind of interesting. But then again, you take like the two Asian
Related.
characters and you make them related. It's like cool, but
I
you
mean,
know,
come on, this Star Wars. There's not a lot of Asian characters in Star Wars, so yeah, they gotta
no,
be related. You know that.
well,
Only
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. Soul is Korean. Like he learned English, for this. So he's from Korean. He was in that one Netflix show. Um, I'm having a blank on what it was called. And then what's his name? I want to say Jason from The Good Place because that's who he was. It was Manny something. I forgot it was Manny. But I believe he's Filipino. So they're not exactly the same Asian, but
Filipino
pretty
is very far away from everything else. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah, 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 yeah. Manny, what was that Jay Quinto? Quinto? Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. And Squid Game. Squid Game is the one that Soul is from. Yeah,
Yes.
man,
Okay. I remember that.
Manny's awesome. Manny's awesome. He was great in The Good Place. So, but yeah, yeah. I mean, is it a perfect show? No.
I
I'm
just tell you,
still holding out.
still a lot of stuff that I just don't like.
Yeah.
Like once again, the people you're supposed to care about, you really don't care about.
Hmm.
Um, the good it's like the Jedi were always known supposed to be good, and we're going to find out how they're not good, like at
Yeah.
all. Like everything they've shown in this show has been not good. They've been horrible, horrible people. And why? What's going on exactly? Like, are you so full of yourself that that's what happened, or they believe they're doing the right thing all the time, so they no longer have to follow the rules, or do they create the rules because of what happens here? There weren't
Yeah.
rules before, and now they're gonna create them. Even though we just heard Kimar say that they had rules. So it's just so many things that are left. You know, it's not making sense to me. Just not making sense.
Yeah. I mean, one part of it's annoying that these are so short episodes, like 25 to 27-minute episodes. Super annoying. Super. But a lot of people keep saying like, the Jedi are supposed to be good guys, which they are. And I was watching somebody else and they're like, when have they been portrayed on the big screen that they are the good guys? Because the prequels makes them all generals of war. you know so like some of them, they have like ethics where like, oh, we're not going to kill these group of people, but
Yeah,
they're
they
still
always been
smart.
they always been saw as the righteous people. They're doing it righteously. Like
Yeah,
we can still fight for you, but we're going to do it on a righteous way.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's also from a certain point of view, you know what I mean? I'm sure the people that they kill don't see them as righteous. And that's the kind of thing is like,
But they don't kill. The
I,
only people they really kill.
no, they just
Yeah.
send the stormtroopers or the clone troopers to go kill. Like, you know, also it was mostly robots, mostly.
Yeah. So I mean, like they don't
Yeah,
really. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with the Jedi. They're not supposed to kill people. Like they try to stay away from those type of things. So there's issues I just have with even the idea with the Force. You have good and evil, right? Like the good and bad, and none of that stuff is really being shown. Everything's very much shades of gray.
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
not what Star Wars was always meant, thought to be. When we first started, it wasn't shit. Gray was something that came in the sequels. Like Gray is something that we got after the original trilogy. Like we didn't get to talk about Gray Jedi or any of that stuff until way after this stuff. So like, why are you showing me all these shades of gray before the prequels? So I don't know. It doesn't make sense in storytelling, I feel like.
It doesn't make sense in storytelling.
And
It
that's why I say it's a one-off.
Yeah, but lore, I don't have a big issue with some of the lore. Like they're saying, well, Kayed, what was it? Kayed Mundi was like, oh, he's not supposed to be alive. I was like, yeah, I mean, is it that big of a deal that they retcon it? No, I don't really give a shit about like whatever. I'm more worried like the thing he did say, everyone's losing their mind for is like he did say in episode 1, like, oh, there hasn't been Sith in a millennia. I was like, yeah, yeah, but the thing
Except
is
for that
like,
at one time, 85 years ago.
but the thing is like, is he a Sith? That's my thing.
He
Is
said, "Jedi will call me a Sith." Like, that's literally the line that he read.
yeah, but he's not calling him a Sith. So my theory is I believe he's the origins. This is how the Knights of Ren start. And you even like put him to the comic book. Besides a different mask, he looks pretty close to the comic book of the Knights of Ren kind of stuff. And I wonder, because he's not a Sith, his eyes aren't a different color, and stuff like that. He's super strong, super powerful in the Force, but he also uses like things from his uh was that Cort Cort what the hell is it called? The Cortuis? It's that stupid metal that like
Yeah,
disrupts blades, and that's from like Knights of Old Republic. That was in that video game. Plus it was in Legends and stuff like that, but I remember it from the video game. So that means like he knows ancient things, so
and how?
how? That's the thing too, is like I want to know who he is, but I don't know. I don't know if he considers himself a Sith. Because would if the Sith is just according to the Jedi, anybody who doesn't use the light side of the Force is a Sith. So then, would all the sisters be Sith? Would all the Night Sisters would they all be Sith? You know, because they didn't use the light side of the Force. They used the dark. They definitely use the dark side of the Force.
They always tap to the dark side of the Force. Yeah, that's true.
So it's why it's like what you call something isn't technically might not be what it is. So that's why he's like, you might call me a Sith. That's how I took it. But but that's like nitpicking, man. It's little things here and there, and it seems like that's the frustrating part is like, well, what do you mean? You know what I mean? And that's my issue with it is like you're toting a line that is starting to get like frustrating. You know that's the issue I have with it with the narrative. With the writing, like you're toting this weird line that you never had to do before. Like you're choosing to do it, and you're choosing it to make it all muffled. That's the part that annoys me. You know, but
Yeah. I still say like it's stuff. Everything we thought we knew, we're getting opposite. Like it's everything you think you know, they're changing it up, and I just don't like that idea for everything.
yeah,
And overall, the writing is not good. The ideas are not good. Now I am interested. Like, am I ready to give up on it? No, because I kind of from week to week I want to know what's going on. But
mm,
there's things happening. I'm like, in the episode, I was like, I'm not sure I know what's going on anyway right now. I'm still confused about what the hell's going on. Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Like, what's the point of this? Why are you guys switching places? You're saying one thing and doing another. What was the point of having the double lightsaber and then like it's so many things. Jackie, like the whole thing with her didn't make any sense. Why did Soul allow all his Padawan and the other person that he was kind of training get killed? Why did he just allow? Because he didn't stop any of that stuff. There's so many questions. I'm like, why? It
mhm,
doesn't make sense. Like it wasn't. It was like they're just doing stuff. It's interesting stuff. I'm interested. I'm not saying I'm bored. I
mhm.
just don't know if I like it as Star Wars. I'm not sure.
Hmm. Yeah. And that, I mean, that's something I was thinking about, and that's like the choreograph of it. It did it was I enjoyed the fighting,
The fighting is
but
good. Fighting is
it
good.
did remind me of The Last Jedi kind of thing,
Mhm.
where the bad guys just way off to the side and they're like, "Oh, it's my turn." It was like I I mean, but that's also like Hollywood fights, so it's not like, crazy. Um Yeah, so yeah, I'm not like that big, hurt about it, but I thought the fighting was fine. I liked that, he legit killed everybody. I enjoyed it. He killed everybody, because it makes it more like, oh, he is like straight up like evil and bad,
Where was Soul when everyone was dying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere. He stops the lightsaber from striking Osha. I'm like, where were you when everyone else is getting their ass kicked? All of a sudden you come back like, oh, I got dirt on my face. Like, where were you? Where did you go?
Yeah. That was the biggest issue was like when OSHA comes back and it looked like everyone got pushed away or something because you see the big marks in the floor. So I was like, why? And they did it with killing the Wookiee. Like, why are you cutting away and doing things off screen? That's the most annoying part. It was like, why are you doing things off screen? I wanted to see everyone get pushed. Because did Soul get pushed far, or did he get like temporarily knocked out or something like that? Like, you know,
But,
I
but once again, how can I say it's a
not sure.
good show or I'm liking the show when I have questions just about what the hell's going on? You
Mm.
should tell me what's going on. I should have to wonder what the hell's going on. You should be telling me.
Yeah. See, I get what's going on, but little details like where was he?
That's a
That's
huge detail because at the beginning he's right there in front, and then all of a sudden everyone's dying and he's walking back. Like, so what the fuck happened?
yeah,
That's a huge thing. Like, all these people died because of it, so I should get an answer for it. For what's going on. If
yeah,
Osha and May are these main characters, what's their motivation in doing stuff? Why would you just say I'm going to turn myself in and then turn around and then fight everybody and want to not ever just use your words? What the hell's going on with that? And they
yeah,
keep on running away. Like, nothing makes sense. And then like, so I'm like, so what's happening? Why are we doing this? So I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I get what's going on. What's going on is stupid at times, like it's with everything, especially with for me, May. I think May is just a dumb character. And you guys like, oh, she didn't feel like the bad guy from the beginning. When they did flashback to now, I was like, you're just doing stupid shit constantly, constantly, constantly. And like,
So is OSHA.
so is OSHA. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong either. So is OSHA.
There's no
You know,
she's out. There's not bad or good. They're just I understand why May does what May does because she was raised by her family to do
mhm,
certain things. I understand that. Why does OSHA do what she does? I have no fucking clue. She just does
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
So the two main people I'm supposed to be following or coming from a third person point of view from them, I have no idea what the hell's going on.
yeah,
Like, why? What's your motivation? Why are we doing this? And no one has an answer.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really don't. Kevin said, "The Acolyte is a hit show for Disney Plus. No matter how bad the writing, the show will get renewed." I don't know if it's gonna get renewed. I don't know if it's gonna get renewed. I don't know
So
if they had
who
a
do
big
they just
plan
fire?
for it.
They fire like two people today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that. From Lucasfilm or from Disney?
Uh connected writers connected to the Acolyte.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I don't know what's happening. I don't know why they're doing this stuff.
I typed in Lucasfilm fired and like Catherine Kennedy, and then like all the posts are like April 1st, April 1st, April. Damn.
Yeah. Look
Um,
at what was it Leslie Headland?
she got fired.
Leslie Leslye.
Yeah, she's
Headley
the
fired.
she's the showrunner of the show.
So this is why I'm saying like I don't I feel like Disney's looking at it too and asking the same question. So what the hell's going on? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, look, the Acolyte headliner was Reader Brothers was fired. No, Disney has not fired showrunner Leslie Haley from the Acolyte. This is 2 days ago.
So Amanda Steinberg was not fired.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't heard anything from Amanda Steinberg.
So Amanda is the one I know wasn't fired.
Yeah, but I don't know if this is going to get a
All
second
this has
season.
to be. I don't think it's going to have a second season either because it's too much. Sometimes I feel like I'm watching Sharknado, like because it's like none of the stuff is thought out. It's not. It's just they're doing stuff without figuring out what the hell they're trying to do, what they want to go to. I don't understand why. What's up, Anzo?
What's up, Anzo? Happy birthday, my dude. So appreciate Anzo being
On that
being
big
part of
birthday stream.
yeah. So yeah, we gotta get you on, man, or we'll go on that show. But yeah, sorry, we missed it, man. It's been a busy week for us. But yeah, man, happy birthday, Anzo. There we go. There's Brand Man. What's up?
Oh, not too much. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Mhm.
We're talking about the Acolyte and kind of our feelings about the show and the episode altogether.
Mhm.
So I'm still enjoying it. Brian is kind of over it, and I'm pretty
Oh, no,
sure.
I'm gonna watch every episode because I want to know what's going on. I just feel like the episode is not answering my question. I still don't know what the hell's going on. Why? What's your motivation for doing what you're doing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're just
Mhm.
doing stuff, and like it's like the next adventure. It's like almost like it's adventure of the week without it being adventure of the week. Like it's just it's supposed to be a continuation, but none of it makes sense.
Mhm.
So I don't know why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah. I like
You
the
loved it.
last episode. I liked it. I thought it was a fun one. It was the best one out of the show so far. I don't know
Mhm.
how much that is actually saying about it, but
World's tallest little person. I got you.
yeah,
Got you.
exactly. What do you think about this episode of the Acolyte?
I liked the lightsaber choreography was awesome.
Mhm.
That's easily my favorite thing about it. Um, sorry. Um, yeah, it's just kind of taking a minute to get like the explanation and like the motive for this character with that reveal kind of like off the ground. It's kind of like just tell it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I like the set design and the fight choreography. I think that's probably my favorite things about this show. Daphne King's character is pretty cool.
It
Jackie,
was
yeah,
Jackie.
yeah,
Yeah.
easily the highlight of this episode.
Yeah, she was pretty cool in it.
Like, why
Mhm.
you gotta kill her? Why would you kill her? Like,
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of this show, the bad guys, are gonna win. Yeah,
Mhm.
how can they win too much because they're still not in power for the next 89 years?
yeah. Well, that's why I think making them the Knights of Ren is the best way to do it, because then they could be gone off doing their own shit, and you can make a separate movie out of it. You can make a separate show out of it, and it's like, here, this is what they've been doing off to the side, like, until Kylo, connected with them,
So it was
Mhm.
just show that it's really been a lie that there's been no Sith for a millennia. So just super lie because it's been a group of people that have been around for doing this stuff in the back.
they're not Sith. They're not Sith. You
Knights of
know,
Ren.
like Kylo was technically not Sith. You know,
Sith,
he was,
Sith
he was
adjacent. I'm sorry, Sith
pretty
adjacent.
much, you know, but so are the Night Sisters. You know, so you know, and we got many stories of the Night Sisters, and the Night Sisters are awesome. You know, but they're Sith adjacent, if you want to put it that way too. You know, so you know, and no one complained about them using the Force. You know, it's specifically the dark side of the Force. You know.
Mhm.
I mean, but saying the witches are around makes sense. Saying the witches are, we know that they exist, and they were existed for thousands of years from every other show. You know, even when we got from Ahsoka, we know that they've been around.
Yeah.
There was never a time when it said the Night Sisters and the witches did not exist for a millennia. That was never stated ever. It's just,
Yeah, but why aren't
so
they called Sith?
they could be evil users of but they don't necessarily aren't Jedi. They're not to that same level. We all know that. You've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, why can't you do that with the Knights of Ren then?
I think that it's different. I feel like they are that skilled. They are that much of the Force. They're not just doing it as a coven like witches do. The Knights of Ren still are technically on that side. They still do guard all Sith lords. Like they are on that side no matter what. I think
No,
the witches are on their
Knights of
own
Ren
thing.
didn't guard Sith Lords. Like they're their own group. Like, I mean, the first time we saw Knights of Ren was the sequel trilogy, and it would make sense
Yeah.
why
Mhm.
this show wants to connect things to the sequel trilogy. You know, I'm not saying it's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a good thing because the sequel trilogy sucks ass. But I can understand why they try to do something. You know, Disney's trying to make their created lore bigger. You know, yeah, that's my reasoning behind it all. I'm not saying it's a good reason, but you know,
Mhm.
because the Knights of Red, I read their comic books. They're cool. You know, when you get to the first Ren, you know, before Kylo Ren, there was like the first Ren many years before. You know, and I don't I
Knights of
just
Ren are still mass dark side warriors. Like they're still
but they're not trading to
close to
use like their force. It's like almost like what are those? Well, not really, because they're probably less force sense or force users than what the hell, those assassins. I'm drawing a brain fart. We saw them in Ahsoka. I haven't
Oh
you know, they
yeah.
had the propeller guys with like the cool propeller ones.
talking
They
about
showed up ripples.
the Inquisitor.
Yeah, the Inquisitor, you know, and
Inquisitors.
Inquisitors, you know, they're less force sensitive than them, you know, but they're still
Well,
force sensitive.
I mean,
But
you couldn't use that because he kicked all the Jedi's ass,
who's that?
and I with the Force too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he had a lightsaber, you know.
Not just light, like well, they all have lightsaber. There's lightsaber wielders. I mean, that's part of it too. But I'm saying he was kicking them and obviously stronger in the Force than all the other ones. He was able to do stuff and stop all of them. So that it just I don't know. I'm just gonna stick with what I'm saying. I don't necessarily like all the stuff that's going on.
I was like, if you want to call the
Mhm.
Knights of Ren Sith, then you gotta call the Night Sisters Sith, you know.
I think they could be, but I don't know if they actually fight as much as because I don't know.
You know.
I don't
And
know.
I think that's what they're trying to do here with whatever witch coven is like your dark side user, so therefore you're evil, you know. You know, I don't know. I'm just trying to put reasons to it. I'm not saying it's a good reason or the show is good. And I'm still middle of the road with the show. Like
Mhm.
as much as I did enjoy this episode, it wasn't a great episode where it answered a bunch of questions. It still gave me a lot more questions. It only answered one question on who the
Who was
dude
in
is.
the mask?
Yeah,
Who was? Yeah, that's
That
that's the
was it.
only thing.
And it was a lot of
Mhm.
good fighting, and like you know what? Yeah, I'm glad that no one was like brought back or anything. When someone got stabbed with a lightsaber, guess what? They were dead. It wasn't like when we saw in Ahsoka, you get stabbed and we were, I'll be okay. I'll walk it off. You know,
Mhm.
I hit in the kidney. I'm so good. Yeah.
I didn't need that one. That was okay. It was I'll stab the spot that didn't
Yeah.
hurt. You know,
Yeah.
that's not what you got with this. But so those are good reasons, but I don't think the writing didn't get any better. The storytelling didn't really get any better. Any answer, no, nothing was answered still well. Like I still don't think it was a quality episode. It was just very.
That
I'm intrigued by everything that happens,
mhm.
but I don't think they're answering any questions. I don't know if they even know where they're going.
That's what is going for me going to be the ultimate factor on this is how it ends. If it ends and they're not answering questions, if they're half-assing, which is probably even worse. If you're half-assing, going the easy route and doing lazy stuff, which they already kind of are, which is I'm worried because of the writing. But I'll wait for the full judgment of it until the end. But right now, I'm just in the middle of the road. Like I'm not loving it. I'm not hating it. This was a fun episode with really cool action. You know, you know, uh, Manny, Jason from The Good Place was fucking yoked. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Also, that
And
I
then he's able to choke who's May while fighting Soul. What the hell? Like,
yeah. That man must have spent a whole year on just working on his right arm. Like, cause that man's right. I never seen a more ripped right arm.
he
ever.
looked like Quagmire off of the episode of Family Guy.
Yeah.
How about the internet? That's what he looked like. Like, guys, I gotta go back in.
Kind of reminded me of Freddie Rodriguez's character from Lady in the Water, the one who like only
Yeah.
worked out one side of his body.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. He had a super jacked arm.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I'm just kind of seeing where it goes. It still has a lot of questions, a lot of stupid things that especially the main characters do. But I don't really mind when like all these people on the internet are like, oh, all these Jedi and they couldn't sense a Sith Lord was right there. I was like, they
Well,
did that.
they don't even know what a Sith Lord would
Would
feel
feel
like,
like,
or you
yeah,
wouldn't even know the difference. So that's not what I'm worried about. I just don't like what they're doing with the show because they're not answering any questions. I'm not even sure I would like what they would answer because I don't believe Kathleen Kennedy knows the hell she's doing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, how can I put my eggs in the basket that she's going to fix this?
Mhm.
This is the show that's going to fix all the stuff. Like at the end of the day, I'm like, nah, I can't go.
No, even if this was a good show at the end of the day, it's still not fixing any problem. Like all the problems are still there, for sure. But that's if this is a good show and if it ends good. There's what 3 more episodes left. What episode
That was
this?
episode 5 today.
Right? Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
3 more episodes left. You're talking about an hour and a half because God forbid they give us anything more than 30 minutes. An hour and a half spread out between the next 3 weeks. I don't know if they can do it. I hope they can. I hope we get some interesting answers. But in 3 weeks,
I was
I'll
waiting. They're going to have a flashback episode.
I know. I was worried this was going to be the flashback episode, but I'm glad it wasn't. But I'm waiting for. There is going to be another. I feel like there's going to be another one, and it's going to be annoying.
You have to because you have to know what the hell Soul's going to tell. Finally, say this is what happened. This is what happened. I'm going to wait. Let's get back on the ship. Let me tell you what happened.
Yeah. So Kevin David said, example HBO Mayor of Easttown, good writing. People didn't still watch that show at all. Yeah, it's also
100% true.
Good writing, but it's also marketing. But HBO shows and just be good. Just because I don't know, they just care a little bit more. I don't know, but HBO
They know how to make dramas. That's
what
I always see.
Yeah. So I don't know. I felt like we were talking a lot. What about you, Brandman? Anything else? You said the action was good. And how do you feel about it overall? Like, are you still interested, or you just don't care?
I'm kind of on my last leg with it, just because it's just kind of taking too long to to like hook you or get you invested, which I think is one of the worst crimes a show can commit. I think they're banking too much on the fact that it's Star Wars to assume, oh, people keep watching, which obviously I'm doing, but if nothing else, it's for this channel at this point. I'm not really getting too much or as much enjoyment as I hoped I would out of it. This one was probably the episode that I enjoyed the most, just because I thought they really put their foot in the lightsaber duels. Like that was pretty cool. But they need to kind of get on with it with what exactly is going on. At this point, it's a little too tedious.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and we're nearing the end of the finish line with this show, so it's kind of time to just get to it, or it's past time to do that.
Somebody in chat said that they might get a second season. Do you think this will get a second season?
I'm not sure. Well, I am kind of sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
Okay.
But they kind of need to. They're gonna kind of need to do something to end on a high note to garner interest, at least as far as I'm concerned, in a second season.
Yeah.
Like at this point, like stop playing.
I think we're only getting Andor season 2 and Ahsoka season 2. Those are the only.
Yes, Andor. We got more Andor.
Exactly. More nothingness. So, I did read somewhere that they plan on bringing some Andor or some characters from Rogue One into
Rogue One. I was reading that too.
Yeah,
which they have to. They need to finally mesh the two because we know we gotta get to Rogue One. Like those characters exist.
Yeah. Like pretty much, I need to see season 2 end where like he's interrogating the dude and what's her name finds him. Like, and exactly where the movie finds that character for the first time. And then boom, it's over. So, and maybe do a quick synopsis of a quick like reel of Rogue One. Like boom, there's Andor's story later. But yeah, I don't know if it's gonna get a second season. I don't know.
It depends on. I can see a season 2, honestly, if something special happens with Soul, or Kimar, like when he's talking about, I'm looking for an apprentice, I'm looking for an acolyte, and at the end of the day, Master Soul becomes the acolyte. Ooh. Then that would be this huge like turn of events, and I'm like, oh, you gotta show us season 2, but what the hell's going on? Well, they give us the okie doke with May and Osha. That's the okie doke.
Yeah,
they're both going to turn him down, and Soul, through all his anger, is going to start experiencing the dark side of the Sith. Sounds like side of the Force, not the Sith, the dark side of the Force, and then becomes his acolyte, his apprentice.
That would be interesting.
They do something like that. Now, I'll understand why it's happening. It would make sense. A lot of the in between writing, the stuff that happened before, the things that he's done in his past would make sense. And then I will be with it. Like, okay.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't think they make it back to Coruscant. I don't think they go back to Coruscant. I think they're gonna head there, and then shit's gonna happen, and blah blah blah, and so the people there don't ever find out that although they already know. I see that's the problem, man. I don't know, man. Like, because they saw the video, they saw the little holograms thing,
So and they sent that to them, so they saw beforehand.
Yeah. I mean, there's problems with it, but
yeah, that's why I say when I watch it, I'm like, what the hell's going on? why are we doing this? What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm confused about what the hell's going on. Not because like I'm totally confused about how they're doing it. I'm just confused by why the hell you're doing it. Why are you doing this that doesn't make sense? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get it. But we'll get 3 more weeks and we'll see, because right, like I said, I'm in the middle, but I can easily just be done. At the end of the season, if it's just a bad, I'm like, I'm good. I don't want to talk about that show ever again. Like Andor, I really don't want to watch season 2, but I feel like I got to at this point. You're invested so much already.
I'm pot committed. Might as well figure out where we go from here.
I'm
Like,
gonna rewatch season 1 of Andor in preparation for season 2 whenever they announce when it's coming out.
I thought you
I'm
liked
gonna
yourself.
reevaluate. Say what?
I thought you liked yourself. Why would you do that to I'm gonna force myself to sit here and watch this whole season of Andor again.
Yeah, just gonna give it another try. Just to kind of get ready for season 2. Just to see if there's anything that kind of makes me change my views on it.
Yeah.
and we're at worst, you can always put it at double speed. Get through quicker. If it starts getting a little too boring. But Kevin Davis said Skeleton Crew delayed till 2026. So that sucks. I mean, that was one I'm looking forward to, but I was also kind of looking forward to the Acolyte. So
South Skeleton Crew. I mean, that means Sokka's gotta be delayed then too, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a minute before Ahsoka season 2. I see it. I see it kind of being a minute before that.
Yeah, I saw somebody on Twitter post some like Disney casting, and I guess they're looking for the replacement for Balin, and they're looking for somebody casted as the mother. So
Just let me do it. I got it. I haven't done it. 15 minutes. We good to go.
Do it. But yeah, I don't know unless you guys got anything else with this episode or the show.
That's pretty much all I had.
Yeah. I just don't like even the idea that we got May and Osha the Acolyte, and we don't know who the hell the Acolyte or will there be an Acolyte or any of that stuff. So, what if at the end of the show they both decide to walk away from Jedi and the Sith, and what's his name gets killed? He's dead, but like the things that that Master Soul learned are the seeds that are going to grow the system to what happens in prequels.
Could be. It just needs to be like I'm cool with that. It needs to be something interesting. And lead it to the sequels somehow. You don't need to introduce Dark Sidious, but Plagueis. You could definitely introduce Plagueis. I don't know. I really don't. But
Neither do they, so it's okay, Tank. No
yeah,
knows.
I know. But cool. Yeah, that's our thoughts of the show. I don't know. We're just kind of whatever about it. We're not hating on it as much as everyone else, but we're not fully sold on it either. It's just middle at best kind of thing, which is super annoying.
Yeah.
But cool. Yeah, but leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the show. Any theories you have. Brian shot off a few. I have a few with my Knights of Ren thing. If you have something different, let us know. So, but yeah, appreciate all you guys in the replay gang. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button as well. Helps us out a lot on YouTube. And if you're watching live, stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic for the night. All right. Get rid of this. All right. So, yeah. So, what is going on? So, I know both of you guys kind of jumped in right as we were. Well, me and Brian started off the bat talking Acolyte, and then Brandman joined in. But, what is going on, guys?
I'm back. Yay.
Welcome back, man.
Been a heck of a time, but whatever. I'm here.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Mhm.
You had somewhat of a vacation.
Somewhat.
Yeah. Kevin said, when come Agatha along being success on Disney Plus, that questionable people are waiting for Daredevil Born Again. When come to Marvel Studios on Disney Plus.
What?
And you said when Agatha all along is successful on Disney Plus, those questionable people are waiting for Daredevil Born Again when it comes to Marvel Studios on Disney Plus.
I don't know. I suffered a stroke trying to read that.
Yeah, but I think you're saying like if Agatha is a success, then those people are gonna be waiting for Daredevil Born Again to like
Mm.
flop. Like, are they just expecting the next thing to be a flop? I'm kind of excited about Agatha, and I'm super excited about Daredevil.
Me
So-
too.
I'm not excited about Agatha at all.
Really?
But Daredevil, yeah, I'm with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait until I see a trailer for Agatha all along. We'll see. I like the people involved in it, so I'm kind of inclined to give it a fair shot. Plus, it's got Aubrey Plaza, and I'll watch anything she's in. Um,
Yeah.
I just enjoy her as an actress.
Yeah.
I like her. Say what?
She's awesome. I do love her.
Yeah, I think she's great. So when I heard she was in it, I was like, that's enough for me. I didn't really have any interest in a show about Agatha, but I like Aubrey Plaza and I like Catherine Hahn. So we'll see it. We'll see. I'm waiting for them to drop a trailer.
Yeah, I think we got a little while. But a little Parks and Rec reunion there. I didn't even think about that. In Parks and Rec. So yeah. But I liked Agatha as the character. I'm kind of curious to see what they do. I think they're gonna give her some backstory and they do some cool stuff with her. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I don't know. You take
I
B
like her.
characters, C characters, and D characters, and put a whole show around it, and then be mad at Disney Plus when people don't watch it. It's okay.
I mean, that's been the MCU all so far. Guardians of the Galaxy. Those are beloved D characters,
So,
and
I
they're
mean,
like,
at least they're all superheroes. I'm not sure what Agatha is like.
yeah. I wonder if
And then this iteration of Wanda is dead. They admitted. They said this iteration of Wanda is gone. It's dead.
Yeah. I wonder if they use the show Agatha all along to maybe find a way to bring her back. Use witch power or something like that. Maybe she tries to steal the Scarlet Witch power. By doing so, she winds up resurrecting the Scarlet Witch. I don't know. I don't know what they could do with it, but I enjoyed the character. I thought the character was cool in the show. Like Brandman said, I enjoy the team that's kind of, from what I mostly heard, on the show. So,
yeah, I enjoyed the character too, even though she's a dog killer. But
she's thrown under the house, under the jail.
Yeah. But and then Daredevil, I'm super excited about.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah, Catherine Hahn will give good performances. Agatha, people will not give the show a chance. I can see that. I can see it being a good show, and people are just like, I'm good. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, why? I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, but if it's a good show, and
I'm
people
give
say
it a
like,
chance. I'm different.
Yeah,
I want to give it a chance. Do I want to watch this? I'm starving. Or I'm think I'm gonna get good things. I'm not sure. We'll see. And if it's not good, I probably still watch it because I'm just that type of person.
Yeah, sadly, I agree with Kevin. Yeah, that's what I think it's gonna be. It's gonna be a fun show, probably, maybe even a good show, and then no one's gonna watch it. Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me get some of the comments real quick that I might have skipped while we were talking. There you
Actually,
go.
I hear someone upstairs. I'll be right back.
All right, go for it.
Mhm.
Kevin said, Television Academy loves Star Wars at the Emmys. Ahsoka will get some Emmy nominations. I can see that. Tom Hiddleston, again, I mean, he deserves an Emmy for Loki.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was awesome. He was great in it.
Yeah, season 2 was freaking great.
Yeah. Then Professor Film Fan, what is up? Say good evening, everyone. I've been so busy watching The Bear, I forgot about the new episode of The Boys. Oh, bro. Can't blame you because The Bear is awesome. I have to finish watching the season.
Admittedly, I'm kind of reluctant to start watching season 3. It just does too much, too big a number on my anxiety.
Yeah.
I have to space each episode out. I have to space each episode so far out. I probably only finished season 2 like 2 months ago.
Oh, damn.
I had to space it out that much.
Yeah. Yeah. This
That,
one,
that showed. Mhm.
not any better when it comes to provoking anxiety levels.
Mhm.
You know, it doesn't. Yeah. But it's good. So far, it's good.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think it's getting like really good on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like 90-something%. Like pretty
I
strong.
believe it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Great show, but just holy crap.
Yeah. But this episode of The Boys was really good, man. I did
Mhm.
not expect to get so emotional watching The Boys. You know. Also, they introduced like the new thing and I fucking was dying. So
Mhm.
we'll get into it, later on the context of it all. But he was the deep said something along the lines. He goes, "Oh, there's that saying, go woke, go broke." He goes, "Well, we believe go woke, ye
Go woke, bro, yoke. Go woke, get yoked.
yeah."
Really?
That was the dumbest shit, and it's so fucking good. That was the dumbest thing, and I loved it. It was like, "Go wokey, yo." It's like, please, can that like be the answer to like go woke, get broke? Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that that was good. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about that some more.
Mhm.
It was a really good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin said, Marvel Studios have nothing left to prove when it comes to the San Diego Comic-Con this summer. People will go see their films at the theaters. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited that they're going to be at Comic-Con because for a minute they were kind of feel like they were kind of implying that they wouldn't be doing anything at Comic-Con this year.
I know. I
Mhm.
was kind of worried.
So yeah, but yeah, they said I was actually listening to that new I don't know if you heard about that new Marvel podcast. They just call it like the official Marvel podcast, but
Oh no.
Kevin Feige was on it. They started like the first episode the other day. He was talking about, he had announced that the Fantastic Four movie is going to indeed take place in the 1960s in an alternate universe, and then
Yeah.
they start filming it like the Monday after Comic Con.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It was from the new Marvel podcast.
Yes, it's called the official Marvel podcast. I want to say is the name of it.
Okay.
But
That's kind
yeah,
of
he was on there for maybe like 15-20 minutes talking.
mhm, mhm.
But yeah, that was like kind of like one of the main topics was the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, makes sense.
Mhm.
I wonder if we get a trailer or maybe some first looks at Comic-Con of Fantastic Four, like actual not drawings and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I mean they don't have anything to prove at this point, but it's more showing up for the fans,
Yep.
getting hyped, getting the nerds hyped up and stuff like that. So
Yeah, it kind of makes me curious, like what other stuff they'll have there, like if they're going to show like like clips from some of the new shows, like a sizzle reel or something like that from Agatha. Maybe like some more Daredevil stuff. Even though I'm not really invested in Wonder Man, maybe they'll have stuff for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of content would come from the like the shows they're doing
When
at this
is
point.
Captain America: Brave New World? When is the release date?
Oh yeah, I think that's February of next year.
Is it okay?
I think, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, February.
Unless they delay it again.
Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because with the reshoots, they're always talking about it. Kind of sounds like they're shooting a completely different movie.
Yeah, it does. I mean, maybe we get a trailer or teaser. I can see a teaser
Mhm.
for.
I could too.
Yeah. My bad.
Mhm.
I went to go back up on my seat, and my cat decided it wanted to be right behind me. But yeah, but I'm still excited, man. Like Marvel coming back to Hall H, like
Yeah,
it's gonna be epic.
yeah, that should be dope. I'm pretty excited for that myself.
And also, when we get into the boys making fun of that, like the Marvel announcements and stuff. That was awesome.
Mhm.
That was dying. Cases 5 through 17. I was like, what?
Mhm.
What else we got? What we got?
Okay, I could jump on that. I could jump on. I was waiting.
No, we were just talking about the comments. Jason said, what do you guys think about the nameless Sith? So yeah, we already kind of talked about that a little bit. So appreciate Jason coming in saying what's up.
Mhm.
What if it turns out he's not nameless? We just don't know his name yet, right now.
Yeah.
And comes one a Sith Lord like that we know, and it's like his story, his origin story, and they mess that up.
That's a possibility, man. that's very possible. If they do something like that, then I won't say it's unforgivable. It's stupid. Like you just are. It's like for me, it's like if you do something like that, that means you're like purposely getting the fanboys angry.
No,
You know what I
I
mean?
feel like it's what Catherine Kennedy always says. You don't have to read or watch or know anything about the show to want to watch this show because it doesn't make any sense. Maybe I added that doesn't make any sense thing, but everything else she said.
Yeah. I can't wait to eventually. See, Kevin Davis said James Gunn probably will make good Superman film. My concern, will people come to support DC in theaters? I think so. I think they will.
Yeah, I think so.
I've been saying for 2 years that they won't. So
it's not going to make a bunch of money, but I think
Mhm.
it will get enough support.
How much money is enough?
500 maybe. 500 is like the high end. I think if they get 500, I think that'd be a W for them.
Remind everybody that Kung Fu Panda made $543 million.
Yeah. Because I know Gunn is on social media, so he knows, that there's a lot of people, wanting him to fail and are gonna push for him to fail and are gonna bitch about everything about the movie.
They'll still buy a ticket.
But yeah, they'll probably go and hate watch though.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Go ahead. Hey, watch it into a sequel. That's how Velma got a second season.
Yeah, I know. But that show actually sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know we were saying that last week. Like, stop hate watching. Stop.
Mhm.
I'd rather watch things that I like. I like to talk about things I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about things that are negative. I don't want to be that negative dude. So that's just me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's what I think Kale came in the chat towards the end of the show Monday and we wound up talking about something that he had talked about on his channel, and yeah, we kind of came up to that as like, if you don't want to support something, if you don't want things to keep turning to shit, stop hate watching.
Mhm.
Stop hate watching. That's exactly what Brandman said. That's why we got Velma season 2, because y'all hate watch that. So, yeah, but yeah, but and then Kevin said Prime Video, the boys just doing shock value just to get people talking that good old to get old after a while. They do have the shock value, but it's still good. Like today's episode, or was it today's episode? Yeah, the one that came out this week. That was a good episode, man. And it wasn't just there. Obviously, the boys are always gonna have shock value.
It should just be called Old McDonald. That whole episode should just be Old McDonald.
I love that the song at the end was Old McDonald's Farm. That was awesome. I was dying laughing. I was watching this at work, and there's a part the part that happened, and I verbally out loud went, "Whoa!" like pretty loud, and like somebody was walking by my office and looked in, like, "You good?" Like, I'm good.
Like, saw a spider. Sorry,
but yeah. What were you gonna say, Brandman?
I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
My bad, man.
It's cool.
Yeah, but it's not all shock value. There is a lot of shock value, but like something like we'll get into today's episode in a few minutes, but it's a good story. There's a good story, interesting things, father and son things. This one, especially this episode. You know, but I think it's still.
I agree. That was interesting.
Yeah. You see what a positive father son relationship is, and what a horrible father and son relationship is.
So.
And I still blame his mom.
Oh, Huey's mom.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And apparently he was going to too. He was going to rip out her heart too.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
That was gonna be okay. Might as well. So let's since we're already talking about it, let's jump into it. Get the intro going, then we'll talk about it. All right, what is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're gonna talk about episode 5 of The Boys. Yeah. Yeah, this season's flying by already.
Too fast.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah, so this one we had the VOT 52. You know what it was like the Comic-Con for VOT. You know, we had that was like the big thing going on, and then
it was like I thought it was gonna say it was like what's the one that Marvel does when it's a Disney D23? That's
D23.
D23.
Yeah, D23. That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Yeah. It was like what V52, I think it was called, or VOT 52 or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely like a D23. But that was going on, and then we were still starting to deal with Huey and his dad in the hospital. So those are the main two, like, kind of background or the main things going on. But we'll start off with Brandman. What you think about this episode?
A lot of holy crap moments, as per usual with the boys. They just really ramp that up with every episode. Then like the VOT, whatever it was, like the expo, that kind of made me cringe and kind of made me feel a little uncomfortable.
Which part?
Like when the Deep was talking about when viewers would tune into a show, they replace certain products depending on what white people watch it. It's replaced with an IPA, or with black people, it's a peach cognac, and then they cut to some of the black people in the crowd. Just looking really unhappy about it. That was like, I was like, oh man.
A-Train is on his way out. See it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to end bad.
Mhm.
And even with the character of Brian, it's kind of curious to see how he's going to end up, because it kind of seemed like on one hand early on he was him and Butcher were working things out, and now he kind of seems to be playing into Homelander's hand,
Mhm.
or kind of becoming molded by him.
Do the was it called the Peter Pan effect? The Lost
Mhm.
Boys. Give them everything, let them do whatever they want, wherever they want, and next thing you know, they'll go towards the violence and all that other stuff. So
Mhm.
Lord of the Flies type stuff.
exactly, Lord of the Flies type thing. Yeah.
What's up, Tony?
Tony.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, good to see Giancarlo Esposito as usual. That dude's just great in any role that he shows up in.
Yeah.
Um,
In The Boys, he's so good, man, because he's so monotone and he's so
Mhm.
just level-headed all the time. And in a world where everyone's literally losing their heads at times, and
Mhm.
everyone's OP'd and emotional, he's so scary because he's so like even all the
Yeah,
time,
exactly.
and this makes him way more scary. It's like, yeah, so
He's
yeah.
not afraid to do anything at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm very measured. I'm going to do exactly what it is. This is it.
Yeah. Yeah. Kate and Sam. Yeah, Kate and Sam showed up. They are sheep. They are. Yeah, they wind up showing. So we get a little crossover from Gen V, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, their Guardians of Godolkin was very, very similar to Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of their little logo. So I thought that was funny. But what else you got, Brand Man?
Yeah, I was going to say that next. It was cool to see that crossover from Gen B. Was kind of waiting for that, because I just, you just kind of knew they were going to incorporate that. So the way they did that worked, I thought.
What about Huey? His little story.
Oh man, yeah, his subplot with his dad was just insane. Once they once they mentioned that they gave him uh why am I drawing a blank?
Compound V.
That, yeah, Compound V, to
His,
to save his life.
his
I'm
mother.
like, oh crap. Oh yeah, when his mother gave it to him, I was like, oh crap, this isn't gonna end well.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Mm-hmm. I really thought that was like interesting because, like, what if you give a person who's a vegetable and brain dead, when you give him the ability of being a superhero?
Mhm.
Frozen? That is like, yeah. Okay, wait. Yeah, Brian is frozen, right? He's like stuck
Mhm.
in the pose. Oh man. Brian got an epic freeze. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if he's laughing or he's screaming. I'm gonna bring him down so he unfreezes.
Mhm.
That's funny. But yeah, but I thought that was like super interesting. Is like, what happens when somebody who's pretty much brain dead gets like a dose of super juice, become a superhero,
Mhm.
and exactly what you thought, like not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of like waiting hand and foot to see like what was going to happen. You see him standing over that dead body, and it's like, oh no.
Oh man. Yeah,
After like basically Kanoing the guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was definitely. It was for me. That was some of the saddest boys stuff going on that I can remember in a while. You know, like because he's just a normal dude. He was always happy, and then you find out he's dying. He's pretty much dead. At that point,
Mhm.
and then he comes back and he just like kills people
Yeah.
unintentionally, accidentally. But it was just sad seeing this like good person do these bad things.
Hmm.
That was sad, and then everything that happened after that with him and Huey.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that, or unless you want to get into it now. But
Um. No, I pretty much feel the same. Yeah, that was like really sad, especially with how it ended. Um. It. Yeah, because especially with how they established who he stabbed from the very beginning. It's just a nice simple dude.
yeah,
So when that happened, I don't think I was too ready.
yeah, 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 and it just
Mhm.
yeah, it really sucked. And the one thing I do really appreciate, I want to know what you think about it, is the parallels of Huey and his dad, right? And
Mhm.
Huey being a good son and them trying to be good people
Mhm.
versus Homelander and Ryan, where Huey's trying to save his dad from doing bad stuff. And then
Mhm.
Ryan is like, I want to save people, actually save people. And I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
that's cool. I wonder how Homelander's going to do this. He takes this super innocent thing of, I want to be an actual hero, and immediately turn like perverts it and turns it into him slowly becoming into a psychopath like Homelander. Like,
Yep.
and then just having these two father son things, and how how manipulative Homelander is, but like seeing
Mhm.
like father and son that love each other, that care about each other, and then a father and son who just kind of use each other. Mostly Homelander uses his.
Yeah. Mhm. And it's so it's kind of anxiety inducing to see because you're hoping Ryan turns out decent, and he's kind of going down a very dark path.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought that was really messed up because I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
he wants to do good stuff, and then he's like, oh, you want to do good stuff? All right, well, we're gonna do it the most effed up way possible, and we're gonna like
Hmm.
turn you into a psychopath like me.
Yeah,
You know?
he's gonna Lord of the Flies you, and we're gonna make it happen that way. It's fun. So
Yeah, yeah. But it's also like very much of a kid. He's gonna be part of his environment. If Butcher was trying to make him be a good person because he kept invoking his mother. Meanwhile,
Hmm.
Homelander is like, no, you're gonna be crazy like me, so we can be crazy together. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel, but I think Homelander thinks he's doing the right thing because it's the opposite of what he had when he was a kid. Being stuck in a room and told what to do all the time and told what to think all the time, and this is when you eat, and then we're gonna torture you to test you. So he's the opposite. He's like, no, whatever you want to do. You don't want to do this? No. You want to save people? All right, well, we're gonna save people, but we're gonna do it my way. So
Hmm.
I think he thinks he's doing the right thing, but
I
the
think it has
psychopath.
nothing to do with Ryan at all. It's
Mm,
Homeland is becoming schizophrenic, and he doesn't want to feel lonely. There's nothing worse than feel like you're going crazy and being alone at it.
yeah,
So his connection to someone else, the easiest one is his son. So that why not?
yeah,
That's it. Why not? You know?
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's that whole stuff was wild, man. That was super wild. And then he's drinking and he starts drinking slowly with it. I was like, oh, you see it coming. See it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, what about you, Brian? Some stuff
Well, I thought
you
the episode should have been called Parents and Children. parents and children, because I mean that's all it was. It was Homelander with Ryan, Huey and his dad, and then we had what's her name and her father, Newman,
Mhm.
because technically
Even
Carlos,
Mother's Milk and his kid. I didn't even think about that.
it's parents and children. Everything that had in this episode was all about the parents and the consequences of what you do and your children, and even the whole motivation with Butcher, still parents and children. So like that's all it was. It was all relationships the entire episode. That's all we talked about. And how do you deal with all this stuff? And what does it mean? I thought it was really interesting talking about those things and seeing how each relationship was kind of either doomed or successful because of how the parents' relationship with the children kind of worked. Why Homelander messed up because of the way he was raised, his father figure, and all that stuff. Why, what's he doing to Ryan? What's going on with Huey? His mom left, so now his dad had to take over. And how does his dad react to it? The whole thing. I mean, that's he said mother's milk and his daughter. And with your decisions, you punch your problems, your kid is going to probably punch their problems. Like you are a role model for your child. You are the connection they have. Everything good in you is what they try to emulate, and everything bad in you is something they're going to emulate. It's all about parents and children. And even in the case of Newman, she still, no matter what, still loves the person who raised her, who still cared about her. All that was all we saw this entire episode was about parents and children.
I just saw the two, but you bringing it up like, well, it was this person and this person too. It was like it really was. And a quick shout out to Cult Lords. They said, "Wow, Tink and Brian's walls are getting more lit." Yeah. I think Brian's mostly done. I'm still working on mine. I still got a couple more areas that I got to fix up.
It looks pretty good for me, in my opinion. But I
Yeah.
I have one more thing to build, and I have 5 more statues actually to put up.
Nice. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, with this episode, man, I really enjoy this episode, especially at the end. Any spoilers? So anybody who hasn't seen it yet, spoiler warning. When Huey has to make the decision to kill his dad, that was super interesting, and especially him saying why he gave his ex-wife or wife, I don't know if they ever got divorced or whatever, but his Huey's mom power of attorney, and he's like, it's because he knows Huey's too good of a person to allow somebody to die. You know what I mean? Because he's like, no, you have to keep fighting. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And he brought up his example from being a gerbil or having a gerbil when he was a kid. So I thought that was really interesting. Is like, no, it's because you are so good of a person that you don't know how to give up on somebody. And you see, he does it with Butcher all the time. He doesn't know when to let go of Butcher. Like, no, Butcher still is good. He's still a good guy. But I thought that was like really telling. Even the dad's like, no, this is why I did it. But Huey doing what needs to be done at the end of the episode because he loves his dad. You know what I mean? Because he knows what's the better choice is that you should die because otherwise you can't live like this. Just tells you how much Huey has changed. From the beginning to now. Like he's out in there, he's like, oh, this French guy taught me too much about drugs, and he's like whipping up a cocktail to kill somebody, which is like what, but it's like that's how crazy this whole situation is. But when he did it, and they're crying, and oh my god, man, that like was so emotional, and for a show like The Boys, where every 15 minutes somebody dies, a head blows up, body part gets blown off. For somebody to die and for me to get emotional and get teary-eyed and get super sad when it's just a nonstop thing when somebody is dying in a show, it's just they know how to do it so well, man. They know how to do it so well
Mhm.
where like
Cheating.
you want to care about this person. Yeah. Yeah.
It's cheating because I mean, the emotional connection you have between father and son, and then diseases and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's hard dealing with it, but
Yeah.
I just thought they did a great job with all that, and then the little seeds that were planted in this episode, seeing the little
Oh.
things you saw from the rabbit, you
Oh
know,
my
so that gives an insight into what's going on with Butcher and what's really inside him, and that you would never let him die. So, all those things are going to be very interesting. Starlight having problems controlling her powers. Huey getting the engagement ring from his mother. Like all those little ancillary things that didn't really nothing happen because of it, but it's there and it's adding to the show, it's adding to the story. Those are all really interesting too. I mean, and that's why well, the boys are just it's just so interesting. It's such a good show.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
all those things. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Real quick. Colt Lord said, Brandman says, quote, I don't care about wall behind me. Do you see these guns I'm wearing?
Oh, be
He's like,
quiet.
this wall over here.
This wall over here.
There's no wall. No, I don't need none of that.
Yeah. Tony said a lot of people are speculating that Sage is Marie's sister. I heard that too.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense to me because I thought Marie's sister was younger. And if Marie obviously there's not like a time jump because we just saw the ones from Gulukin.
Yeah.
Well, we just saw them. They're the same age. So, at the most, Marie's sister could be 16. How Sage, who looks like a 34-year-old woman, double the age. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I heard that too. I don't think it is.
No, me neither.
No.
Hey, all black people gotta be related somehow.
Say that. It's not Star Wars. What are you talking about?
It's not Star Wars.
But talking about Sage, she wasn't in this episode a lot, but the little bit she was in, I think she knows what's up with A-Train. But A-Train is a step ahead, but barely a step ahead. You know what I mean? Like he's been more lucky than anything else,
Mhm.
Oh, excuse me. Getting what's her name? Was it Ashley? I think.
Definitely.
Yeah, getting
Catching her.
to help out. Catching her taking a dump was like super lucky. Getting her to help is kind of lucky too. So
Mhm.
yeah. But A-Train is legit on his last leg. Like he is one bad word away from getting caught up and
Yep.
his head ripped off.
Yeah, something bad it's not going to end well for him.
Yeah. And they keep teasing it. They keep teasing it where like, oh, here's these people that support Homelander. All right, now beat the shit out of them. Like, oh, here's the dude that you think leaked the email. Okay, I want you guys to beat the shit out of him. And each time A-Train's there and he's just like, like that could be that could
he also didn't do anything. That's why I thought when he said, "Oh, go ahead, stomp him," everyone else is fighting except A-Train.
A-Train, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do the in the other one too with when he killed the 3 fans in one of the last episodes. Like I don't think A-Train did anything except he picked up the bodies and took them somewhere, but I don't think he helped kill them.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think he's starting to turn.
It's his family. Thing is all about his family.
Yeah.
Connection with his brother's one thing, but now having his nephews, not look up to him anymore, that hurts. That's it. And then he's seeing all the things that they're doing. The show with Will Ferrell, the movie with Will Ferrell, training A-Train.
That was awesome.
That was funny.
And then, as Brandman said, the malt liquor or the cognac, the product placement and all that stuff. It's like they said it, and it's funny. They looked at A-Train, and A-Train looked at Sage like,
Deep. Yeah,
"Please,
Sage.
I'm afraid of you, but come on, you letting these black people do this? And then they say we got two black people and another one that we don't know what he is. Look how
I
diverse we are.
yeah. But they
Mhm.
call him like unidentified or something like that.
Identified, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like how I guess you're not supposed to know that Black Noir is a black man, right?
Mhm.
Because he always has a mask and he's supposed to never talk.
I guess, but I mean, why are they even forming him as a black man? I don't know.
Yeah, like so is Black Noir in this like in the show because of his name? Or is it like they know he's an actual black man? Like that was the kind of question I was asking. I was like what? But what was it called? What was the show with it was Sage A Train and Black Noir?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It made me look it up because that it was pretty racist. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um yeah. It was something not good. But it did. I know me and Bram were talking about it before. They had one of the best things where um they're like, "Oh, you want to believe go woke, go broke? Well, we got a better one. Go woke, get
Go
yoked."
woke, get yoked.
Mm.
I was like, really?
It makes no sense, but I was like, "Cool. I'm I'm cool with it." That's so stupid. Yeah. I can find it. But yeah. I mean, oh, the whole thing was, and even like when they do the memoriam thing for Ezekiel,
Mm.
like even the Deep's like, what he say, like, "Oh, rest in peace, homie," or he was like, it was like, what? Like the Deep, like, is just that dude like you love to hate because he's such a piece of shit person. Like it's like
Mhm.
the Deep is like he feels like a shitty version of Jason Momoa. Like he's a dude, bro, but
Mhm.
in the worst possible way.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. What was it called? V Expo or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah, V52. So much like D23.
It's a D23,
Mhm.
B52. Let's go, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, there's so many like things in here. There's the Homelander. So these are all potential movies. And that was another thing. Like he came out and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna announce phases 5 through 15 or whatever." I was like,
Mhm.
so there's the A Train in the A Train movie, and then
Yep.
there's another A Train into the multiverse. There's the Guardians
Mhm.
of Midsoken, the Tech Knight movie, Black Noir, back to Hanno and Hanno, Homelander, Justice Serve, Super School. Uh, there's so many over here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It just I love the yeah the Deep Gods and Dolphins, Firecracker, God Help Me, the Seven for Forever, yeah, Double Standard. Like, what?
Double Standard. That's my name. Double Standard.
Was one called Sex Ed. There's one called the G-Men, which I cannot wait because in the comic books there is the G-Men, and they are a bunch of dumbasses, and they're horrible. They're like superheroes with the stupidest powers,
Mhm.
and in the comic book they get annihilated by the boys. Like the boys just rip them apart. And they think like the G-Men are like awesome, and they're the G-Men are one of the and it looks like the X-Men logo, from the Fox
Mhm.
thing. And I hope they bring in the G-Men, and I hope you just see the boys annihilating all of them, just
They're gonna,
completely
they're gonna do
destroying.
it and they'll hear.
Oh, but then what if they do like a shitty version of it? Oh, so here it's called G-Men Days Past from the Future. Oh, that's
Oh
awesome.
my goodness.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. That one's good. I think it's that one. the Deep Secrets of Atlantis. Like, there's the G-Man one was pretty good. But there's supposedly there's only one supernatural person that hasn't crossed over into the show because the showrunner is the showrunner from Supernatural. So we've seen pretty much everybody from Supernatural except Castiel. I don't if he was in it, I haven't caught it. But Jared Padalecki, whatever.
Padalecki.
Yeah, he's the only one, and supposedly I read that he will show up in season 5. I want him to be a G-Man, when a character with stupid powers, like
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah. I just feel like he just whined his way into getting into the show. But the whole V52 kind of thing, they have like G3, G-Men. It's yeah.
Sounds awful.
Somewhere. Yeah. The 7 Returns. Firecracker Heaven's Miracle. Oh my God. Teenage, was it Home for Kwanzaa 2?
Wow.
Then there's a Christmas Switch. There's one called Sex Ed. Yeah. Homelander and Soldier Boy Annihilation. Like, some of these are really, there's G2 G-Men, G3 G-Men. But the Days Past from the Future, that's the best. That's the best. Yeah. So, but yeah. I can't find what A-Train, Sage, and Black Noir what their thing was called. It was pretty racist if I remember. Oh man, but yeah, this show had that goofy stuff from there. I loved it because like Marvel just announced them coming back to Hall H and back to Comic-Con, and then The Boys does this. It was great.
Almost like they knew.
Yeah. Firecracker Forbidden Love. That's funny. We'll just get one called like Firecracker, and Dr. Disrespect do a crossover.
Firecracker blown up.
Yeah. It says Sage kind of looked like she was having second thoughts when the group killed Tech. Yeah.
I could see that, yeah.
Was that Tech Knight? Yeah, that was Tech Knight, right? The guy that they killed. Yeah. She's smart, but I was wondering is like, can somebody who's smart and plans for everything plan for a maniac like Homelander who does whatever he wants at random? Like, can you plan for something like that?
That's a good question.
Well, I don't know. A movie with people named A-Train and Black Noir feels like it would be on the hub. Oh man. I mean, part of the show should probably be on there too, because but yeah. I mean, this was just for me, it was a great episode. Like, I laughed, I almost cried, and then at the end, when we get the Animal Farm, the Animal Farm was wild.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Did Brian freeze again? Oh, he did. Oh, bring him down. Unless we get Brian sad look. It went away. Yeah, so that dude, they go into the barn and they're figuring out what's going on, right? And I remember watching, and I was watching this at work, and a freaking chicken went flying through a person, like right through the gut, through a person, and I was just like, I lost it. I was like, what? And then there's chickens, and the chickens are bulletproof. That was so good, man. That was so good, and then it just got crazier.
Yeah, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
No, I did not expect to see farm animals with superpowers. Yeah. And then you get the bull like a bull that's all on compound V, and you're like, oh, what are they gonna do?
Mhm.
Flying sheep come in. Like it went from crazy to crazy, and then you're like, what? Like, I don't know how you felt. At one point, I'm like, what am I watching, man? Like,
Mhm.
there's flying sheep eating a cow or a bull.
I did have that. What the hell is even going on?
Yeah,
Moment.
yeah, yeah. It was that. Yeah. So that part was just like it was funny, and it made sense in the show. But when you just look at it, you're just like, what the f is going on, man? Because
Mhm.
it was so wild. It was so wild. Um, but it did lead into how it kind of ended. They kidnapped the dude who kind of figured out the virus that killed the soups.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
know, so but then
Chopped his
again,
leg off too.
yeah, like Butcher, like Butcher is a maniac, and every time you want to love Butcher, like, oh, he is a good guy, and you're like,
Mhm.
oh no, he is a maniac. He is a psychopath. Like. Because he set the little rabbit out. He goes, "Oh, be free, rabbit." And then he sees it turn
Mhm.
into like a monster and he kills it. You know,
Yep.
and then he decides to like go with everyone else and like, okay, let's inject the dude and let's get rid of the superpower animal. You know,
Yep.
yeah. So
Yep. Very, very, very much an anti-hero.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And it's every time you're like want to appreciate him, it goes back to him just being, oh yeah, no, you're not good, man.
Mhm.
And it's always to the very last second where he's gonna be like a horrible person, like irredeemable, that he stops. Like he was gonna give like erase all the files or whatever, you know,
Mhm.
and like, oh yeah, and then he sends his butthole, pictures of his butthole to what's her name, the politician chick, you know,
Yeah. Newman.
Newman. There you go. Yeah, I thought that
Mhm.
was funny. That was funny. But yeah, it keeps getting good, man. It keeps getting better and better and better. And every time I
Mhm.
don't think they can top themselves, they top themselves with the madness. But it's written well.
Mhm.
The acting's great. It's an interesting story. You kind of worry for everyone's life, at a point.
Yeah. I like the fact that it's not shock value, and it doesn't bank solely on the shock value. The shock value does make narrative sense,
Mhm.
which sorry,
Uh,
it's something I've always appreciated about the show.
Yeah.
So it really works. They go kind of hand in hand, and just like all around the acting, like Carl Urban is so good. Just kind of like I said, gruff, like anti-hero type character. It's kind of making it a little tough for. He's so good, and it's kind of making it tough for me to picture him as Johnny Cage next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well,
but
hopefully,
yeah, I oh, what's that?
I said hopefully he doesn't do the accent in Johnny Cage. That might
No,
get.
I don't think he will. But yeah, it's so good, and I like how they handle like the multiple subplots or with each character. When you're doing an ensemble like that, if you can do that, you've pretty much accomplished your mission.
Uh,
Um, and it just kind of has you on edge constantly in terms of what's going to happen next, what's going to happen to the boys, what's going to happen to A Train, how Ryan's or how Ryan's going to end up. Just what's going to happen. I'm wondering what's going to happen with Sister Sage. Um, especially after last week's episode, because she kind of mentioned, like how her brain goes back, how she's doing these lobotomies to herself. how if you basically stab her in the heart, she'll die, and that's like the main way. Like, is Homelander going to do something to her? Is he going to blind her? Is he going to like lobotomize her beyond repair? Like, I'm just I constantly have questions, and I mean that in the best way.
Yeah, and that's what like a good show should do. Is it's interesting questions, but they also answer them as they go along. As they make new questions, they kind of start to answer things, and you never feel lost or disappointed. And I think The Boys is really good at that. The Boys is very good at seeing a lot of the over top stuff, like you said, but it makes sense. If you were just to watch the farm scene without any context, it's wild. It's wild, but it makes sense when you add it to the 40 something minutes before that. So but it is a show with a lot of shock value, but the shock value is part of the narrative and it makes sense. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super down for this. And it really kind of sucks that we only get one more season. Season 5.
Yeah. Yep, season 5 is going to be it. I do respect that they know when it's a good time to stop, though.
Yeah.
Rather than running it into the ground.
Yeah.
I'd rather them do that than us have like another Walking Dead situation.
Yeah. It's just never ending. I wish we get a few more seasons, but at least they know when it ends, and they kind of chose when it ends. So at least we get a solid, hopefully coherent, finish to the story. So, and plus we still got the spin-offs. So, but yeah, man, I got nothing else for this episode. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of things, a lot of entertaining, stuff going on. I think
that's about all I had on my end.
Yeah. So unfortunately Brian got kicked off, lag or whatever it was. So yeah, so but that's pretty much it from us for The Boys. This was a fun episode. The season just started. Well, no, it's episode 5.
Yep.
It's done at this point. Holy shit. Yeah, but cool. Leave a comment if you're watching on the replay. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about this episode. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you come and join us live every Monday and Thursday. We appreciate all you guys coming in and hanging out with us on the replay. But if you are watching live, stick around because we got to move on to our next topic for the night. I don't know what's up. Is Brian's internet messed up or?
Yeah, it's gotta be something.
Yeah. I know he was lagging a little bit. Usually I'm the laggy one. Yeah, but oh man. Oh, excuse me.
Oh no, it's cool. Dude, that's been me like the whole like middle of this week, just
Super tired.
Just drained. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad it's tomorrow's Friday. Friday, and then next week we got Wednesday off. I think Wednesday off. And then I don't have Friday off, which kind of sucks. But everyone else at my job has that Friday off. So I might be one of like 4 people in the entire building.
Oh, that sucks.
It does suck. I'd rather be home, but at least I don't get to waste a vacation day. I could save my vacation day for, when the baby's born.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I already told like UPS were closed. I already told all our freight people were closed that day. So we're not getting anything going in or out. So I'm legit going to be in my office just chilling, like, probably catching up on TV and stuff like that. So, and I'll probably leave early too because it'll be slow. But I'm cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Days like that are always good, right?
Yeah. Well, that's something I did want to talk about.
Did we get an interview with the vampire yet? Was I too late for that?
No, we haven't.
the new season announcement. And
Yeah,
that
poster. That poster is it's freaking awesome.
yeah.
Bring it up real quick. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the poster of the official announcement of Interview with the Vampire season 3. They just announced this like a couple days ago. And then I believe shortly after the announcement, the poster came out. And as soon as I look at this poster, you were dead on for what you were talking about. 80s glam rock, hair metal, purple, like yeah, this is gonna be awesome. So what do
Yes,
you
it
think
is.
just the poster?
This is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I wanted. Now it's Lestat's turn to set the record straight.
Yeah.
I like that. I think they even put out like a synopsis of it. Like if I was I think I came across that on a website while I was
Yeah.
like when I got home.
Oh, that's what I was looking for right now. The Hollywood Reporter Variety. So the season 3 log line reads, in quotes, resentful of the portrayal in the trashy bestseller Interview with the Vampire Lestat sets his straight in the only way the Vampire Lestat can, by starting a band and going on tour. And they're saying Gabriel, Nicholas, Agnes, Maria, those who must be kept. They join Louis, Armand, Sam, Reglan, blah 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 blah. It said to tell you about. Oh no, they can't tell you about yet on a sexy pilgrimage across space, time, and trauma. No auto tuning, no trigger warning. All feels amplified. End quote. So
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. So
that sounds awesome.
The one is me space, time, and trauma. That's insane. That sounds crazy. Yeah.
Yep. So sounds like we're getting like a straight up adaptation of what I was hoping for, which is the Vampire Lestat. That's gonna be awesome. Is yeah, like just them, just kind of doing it more justice than Queen of the Damned did. And there's a lot, I hope this is like the first 2 seasons of Interview with the Vampire, in the sense that they do more than one season. You can cover more. You could cover the novel in at least 2 seasons like this. I have so many questions. What's the band gonna look like? Are they gonna do original songs? Is Sam Reed gonna perform them? Is someone else gonna? Is someone else gonna? Or are they gonna have someone else record a singing voice and then he lip syncs like they did with Queen of the Damned? And hopefully they do. If they do, they do a better job of that, because the lip syncing that movie was awful. I the fact that they're going to lean into it being like a glam rock band, because that's fitting for the character of Lestat. Yeah, I can't wait for, like, and even we were saying just after the last episode, we really get where we really saw Sam Reed get to sit and just perform. So imagine if they really let this man cook with a whole season, with him taking a lot more of a centralized role than he did in either one of these first 2 seasons. So I'm really excited about that. It's really going to lean more, really lean into into more of like the crazier kind of like off the wall aspects of this world that Anne Rice created.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited for this, dude.
Yeah. So I'm reading this article from the Hollywood Reporter. They said composer Daniel Hart is going to be helming the music for the show. Sam Reed said he's very excited to see whatever he creates and working with him. He said, "For me, Gabrielle Lestat's mother is such an amazing character. I really can't wait to meet her and see what the character is like. I'm also, and I also think the dynamic between Gabrielle Louis and Lestat is really interesting. I'm very keen to see how it all unfolds." But one thing he does say, this is Sam Reed in this interview, said, spoiler if you haven't seen the last episode, he said the death of Claudia is going to impact Lestat moving forward. And he said that Claudia is the biggest mistake that Lestat has ever made in his entire life. Not the fact that she's alive, but the fact that she's dead, died right in front of him, so yeah, he said it's going to be the thing that haunts him forever. And he said, I wish that he did save her. I'm not sure if he knew that he could, but the fact that he saw her look at him with a pure connection at the end, and the two of them did share a connection at multiple times in their lives. I think he'll never get that image of Claudia dying out of his head. And I think what it does is also sets us up for a relationship with a haunting of Claudia and Lestat is quite exciting. End quote from Sam Reed. So yeah, so a little taste of something like that. So I think this next episode, the final episode of season 2, we get a lot of the anger from Louis, and I'll be curious to see if we get a lot of the anger and sadness from Lestat, from Claudia, from losing Claudia, directly because of him, mostly directly, but yeah, but getting like a cool that if we get a lot of music in this upcoming season, it'll be really interesting. But just like thing across space, time, and trauma. Yeah, I think that's really interesting. So it's like, especially the space thing. You know what I mean? Like, time, he's gonna do flashbacks, a lot of flashbacks, and a lot of stuff. It's gonna be based in the 80s. That the trauma. Obviously, there's trauma in this show. But the space thing, I was like, is it just because like space and time and stuff like that? I don't know, but
yeah, that kind of interested me when they said that.
Yeah, but we're getting a lot of people from his past. Magnus, his mother, Marius. So those who must be kept. I'm not even sure who that is. So
yeah, I'm curious to see who plays Gabrielle, and for that matter, who plays Magnus, because that was Lestat's maker. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. And just please, AMC, do it right this time. Please succeed where Warner Brothers failed, which Warner Brothers set a pretty low bar. So none of this should be too difficult.
Seriously, yeah, yeah. It's just such a great tease that we can't tell you about yet on a sexy pilgrimage across space, time, and trauma. No auto tuning, no trigger warnings, all amplified. It's very, very good. Yeah. I'm super excited. I didn't know AMC got the rights to 18 of her novels.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah. AMC got the rights to 18 of Anne Rice novels. So I'm not sure if that's her entire collection or if that's just like the Vampire Chronicle stuff. But yeah. So definitely excited about this. I'm super glad that we announced, not only did they announce the season 3, we got some pretty interesting details about it. Yeah. So super hyped, super excited. This is I'm trying to see if there's anything else I might have missed. So yeah, I mean the show so far, I think it's got like a 90 something percent, 97, 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like people are absolutely loving it. Hopefully they start on season 3 like ASAP. Like I don't want to wait like over a year for it.
Yeah.
Like get this thing going.
Mhm.
The one thing I'm surprised, I wish they would have announced a season like 3, 4, and 5 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then you can record and film them kind of all together. You can kind of tell the story, or you can do some of a little break in between.
Mhm.
The problem green lighting the next season at the end of the current season just means you got to wait a long time, and it's gonna suck.
Yeah. But if that's what it takes, I'm willing to compromise if it means they really deliver on the quality. Just the weight is just tough because I'm really liking this show. They took a book series that I liked and just like dialed it up to 11, in a really engaging way. I'm really engaged by the. I'm almost more engaged with the show than I was with the Interview with the Vampire movie, and I actually really liked that movie despite the changes they made.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just the books were so episodic that that an episodic narrative in the form of a TV show just works for it.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, if they need to take time, take all the time you need. Just do it justice, do it right. So yeah, I'm good with letting them cook if need be.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I saw this logo again, I'm like, oh my god, holy crap, they're doing Vampire Lestat.
Yeah. As soon as that's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, oh, Brandman is right. I'm like, it's the spotlights. The purple is very synonymous, like Prince, kind of thing. I don't know if he's gonna be like Prince kind of character. But you have the spotlights, you have like a little lightning bolt kind of zigzag in the 3. This is very, very glam rocky kind of style.
Yeah.
I'm
wondering where. I'm wondering like if there's going to be like any parallels between like with other artists, like you said, like a Prince or like a David Bowie or a or like it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Kind of the approach. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for the music. That I'm really excited to just see Lestat in all his glory, just telling his side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me wonder because especially if they're still going to call it Interview with the Vampire, are they going to update it to where like Lestat like is being interviewed by Daniel, or if he makes Daniel listen, like, hey, you got me wrong in that book.
Yeah.
Now you're going to listen to my side of it. Because in the novel, it's just Lestat just narrating.
Oh, is it okay?
So basically, yeah, it's him just kind of narrating to the reader.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So I wonder if they do that then. That'd be a they've done some changes to the show from the book that I know of. But I wouldn't mind if they do something like that. Like are you seeing Lestat being there with Daniel after he's learned so much about this person, about Lestat, through the eyes of Armand and Louis. Now you get to meet him, and it's just like I doubt, like especially with how charismatic Lestat is and how dickish Daniel can be. I really want to see them two in. a lot. Like I would love to see that.
Me too. I'm kind of wanting them to that's that's a change that I'd be good with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially if they're still retaining the interview with the vampire title. I think it could potentially work.
Yeah. I always wondered why they didn't just go with the Vampire Chronicles.
Yeah, that would have worked too if they're gonna adapt
like all the books, all the stories,
all the books, yeah, or like a lot of the main ones. Because heck, for all we know, they might go from this one and do the Queen of the Damned, or the Body Thief, or there's a lot they could do, but yeah.
Yeah. I think they're gonna do a lot of it if it keeps doing well.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of source material, good source
Mm-hmm.
material, and yeah, I think as long as the actors are on board, and it seems like they're in love doing the show. Every time I hear them on a panel, on stage, doing an interview, everybody who's part of the show loves being part of the show. So
Yeah.
as long as that's there for them, I think we're gonna get quite a few seasons. So, yeah, but yeah, I am super excited. Season 3 is gonna be it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be so good. So yeah, I'm so glad they did it, but I want to hear them like, oh, they start shooting tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's the next news I want to hear, like super quick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's our thoughts for the season 3. We got some quotes from Sam Reed, who's obviously going to be like, very, very involved, with being Lestat in 3. But yeah, excuse me. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this little poster. I know it's just a poster and some quotes from an actor. Maybe we're digging too much into it, but with how as much as we love the show and how good the show is, we are super excited about this and we cannot wait. So leave a comment. Let us know what you think about season 3, where you think it might go, any theories, any thoughts, an excitement level. We appreciate all the comments. And come and hang out with us Monday when we talk about the finale of season 2. So that's going to definitely be a fun one. But yeah, we appreciate everyone. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate all you guys in the live as well. And if you are in the live, stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic for the night. All right. What is it? What else we do? We did the Acolyte. Okay.
Yeah.
So the boys. Surprisingly, our boys breakdown from episode 1 to 4 did pretty good on the channel. So it kind of came off to a slow start, but I guess people are enjoying the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag Brandon was right. Yeah, he was, which is good. It's good. Yeah, I was hoping you're right because that everything you were saying about like 80s glam rock kind of thing, especially with somebody like Reed being Lestat, that's gonna be an awesome.
Yeah, and I'm so relieved that that's the route that they're going with, and they're just kind of honoring the book. I think with and I'm not trying to pick on the Queen of the Damned movie, even though I didn't like it, but when you hear people talk about that movie, I have yet to hear anyone say that movie was good. Whenever someone talks about the movie, they say the soundtrack was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Like the handful of original songs that Jonathan Davis did, and it's very much an early 2000s movie. It's very much like rooted in its time with them updating Lestat into like the singer of a goth band.
Yeah,
which
it was
what's that? Yeah, it was Korn, Jonathan Davis. Yeah. And so I think it's obviously very much an early 2000s movie in that sense too. But I like that they're just gonna go for it with it being a glam rock band. I think that really suits fits for what type of character Lestat is, not only in the books but kind of like the way that they're portraying him in the show.
Yeah.
You know, with the character that they've kind of established him as, you know, like very pompous and theatrical.
Very
So
egotistical.
yeah, egotistical. Yeah, very vanity obsessed.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to seeing Sam Reed just no pun intended, take center stage, take the spotlight.
Yeah.
You know, like he's like he very much is Lestat for me. You know, I thought Tom Cruise was a great Lestat. I thought Stuart Townsend did pretty good with what he had, but Sam Reed it just kind of leaps off of the pages for me into the living, breathing version of Lestat. So, like, I'm just like just let me get more of him in this role.
100%, man. 100%.
You know, yeah, the idea of him being more centralized is just really, really exciting to me.
Yeah.
And they're going to go in the direction this is speaking to me because they're giving me what I wanted directly.
Like they listen to the show, they're like, got it. What Brandon I do kind of hope though that they get some like musicians from like the 80s, you know, because there's a lot of like lead singers that you can go and find and help you like write songs, possibly some cool lyrics, even do the vocal, you know, like you go get some of these old like 80s glam rock guys that might be retired and like, hey, this is what we're doing. You want to come be part of it and maybe, you know, lay down some vocals for this track and stuff like that. I can see that, you know.
Yeah.
See some of them coming out and doing some cool stuff. You know, Skid Row is the first name is Sebastian. I forget what his last name is. Sebastian from
Sebastian Bach. Yeah, not Sebastian Bach. No.
Yeah,
Sebastian.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
You
know, I get like him coming out and doing some stuff. Yeah, Sebastian Bach. Yeah. Who are some other like 80s glam rock vocals?
Yeah, because there were plenty of them. You know, like, you know, yeah. Are they going to go like a Skid Row route? Are they going to do like a, you know, like a Bon Jovi type? Or are they going to do like I mentioned earlier, like a David Bowie type? You know, I'm
the purple is really giving me like Prince vibes. You know?
Prince vibes, right? Yeah, definitely.
I'm looking at like Vince Neil from Motley Crue.
I was thinking Vince Neil. Like, would they go that route? Like, you know, would they go like Bret Michaels of Poison?
Yeah.
Around. Yeah, like I'm just curious, and you know, just them executing it without it coming off like too hokey, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of have to go over the top with Lestat as a performer. You just have to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see where they go with it. You know, and just seeing just the thought of Lestat like all decked out like in a glam outfit with like his hair kind of like probably like all like tousled feathery. Probably like have some platform boots or something like that.
Yeah, that is gonna be like super awesome. Like that's the one thing is like the music needs to be good, which I think you could definitely do that.
Mhm.
80s glam rock isn't like a hard uh style to imitate. You need to get the vocals that need to be good because then you need to believe like he's that 80s glam rock guy. Because it being a
Yeah.
stat, like it needs to be like legit, like it needs to be a good singer. And that's why I see you can
Mhm.
why like they can go after some of these older retired guys,
Yep.
And then the outfit. The outfit has to be spot on, so those are
Mhm.
the big things if you're gonna do something like that. So the outfit definitely needs to be very, very 80s. And if it goes print, I could see him doing something like Prince, just wearing these big, flamboyant, fancy kind of suits, like someone like Prince kind of does, and just like I could see Lestat doing something like that, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
but then for him it would be like funny. He was like, oh, I haven't worn this outfit for a couple hundred years. And he's like this
Yeah.
old outfit that he like wore in like the 1800s or whatever, like that would be that would be awesome. Like you
That
already
would be great.
yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
you got the poofy undershirt and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, but yeah,
Um. Yeah. Someone I was talking with earlier about this mentioned that they'd I don't know if you're familiar with this. I hope they don't go this route because the band's absolutely awful. But have you heard of a band called Him?
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah. This one person I was talking to was like, I could picture like the singer of Him, basically basically kind of being similar to Lestat. I'm like, um, the fact that that band is absolutely trash aside, like the singer of Him actually does kind of sound like Sam Reed, even though they're far from a glam rock band.
yeah. They're like emo goth rock, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they were try hard crap
Yeah, I was not a fan. Him got big because of Bam Margera.
because of Bam Margera. Yeah, and I had like a Bam Margera phase at one point. So by definition, I tried to get into Him, and I realized I was trying to make myself like the band Him.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, they're just decent singer, but just absolutely awful band.
yeah, not my cup of tea. I didn't. I gave it
No.
a try. I'm like, oh, let me check it out. I was like, ooh, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I
But
hope
yeah,
to see. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see.
no, no, just go all in with like the over the top glam um
Yeah,
element of this.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm really excited to see where they go with it.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure
Mhm.
because we haven't got that yet. Because we got the 20s. We got the 40s. In the
Mhm.
show at the current time. We got a taste of the 70s. You know,
Yeah.
and now it makes sense that we would get the 80s. So we're kind of like the story keeps progressing to more current, to like the today time, of them in
Mhm.
by in telling the story. So like yeah, that'll all be like interesting because then you can even do like what you did in the 70s where Armand reached out to Lestat and they talked for that second about Louis. Like I want to see that, but from Lestat's side, like what was he doing? You know what I mean? Like so I was
Mhm.
kind of curious on that. And I hope they would do that, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's a lot of like just kind of like there's a lot of stuff you could do because the Vampire Chronicles are just that multifaceted.
yeah.
So
Book.
like I said, the show angle was the way to go.
Yeah, You do multiple seasons with multiple episodes, and you can really get in depth with a lot of these characters and really dig
Yep.
deep on why Armand is the way he is, why Louis is the way he is, and get to really fall in love with Claudia. Which the show did perfectly. You love Claudia from the beginning. You felt like everything she felt. You felt like angry for her. You felt sad for her, and then to the second they killed her, you're just like, that poor girl, that poor girl. So yeah, and and the movie did it well too, but the show you're able to dive deep in.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah, I am ready for this. I can't stress that enough.
yeah, it's good. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And
Mhm.
I'm so happy. Like it does well on our channel, which we appreciate everyone coming in and hanging out with us and listening to us talk about it. And it's a good show that we enjoy, and then a lot of people enjoy, listening to our thoughts and opinions. And coming in and telling us like little tidbits and facts and stuff like that, and then their theories. I love hearing stuff like that. Like people coming in and like, oh, this is what I think might happen, or this is what happened in the book, and this is what it's going to change to. So,
Mhm.
I love reading the comments. When it comes to stuff like
Same.
that. But
Same.
yeah, but
Mhm.
man, I got nothing else for the night. I
Yeah,
thought
that's pretty much all I had, man.
yeah, but
Mhm.
cool. Oh, let me find out real quick. Give a shout out to our channel members. Also, we're coming up to the end. We're coming up to the end of round 2 of our vampire tournament. Um, hint: if you're watching live right now, you would know Monday. It's gonna be the Queen of the Dam. What was it? Aishka. How you pronounce her name?
Akasha.
Akasha. Her
Mhm.
versus Lestat. Like that's the round 2 matchup that just kind of happened. So that's gonna be a super interesting one. I think Lestat's gonna win it, but yeah, so it's coming down. There's a few surprises that I did not expect,
Mhm.
but yeah, find our member list real quick. So yeah, so anybody watching Brian, his internet crapped out, so
Mhm.
yeah. All right. So quick shout out to our channel members. We got the Road to Wisdom, Danny, Brandon Davis, Zach Attack Reviews, Omar, Mama Bear, Dre Mac, Anzo, Kenny Sparks, William Molik. So appreciate all you guys being channel members and supporting us on that level. Thank you guys so much for that. We really do appreciate it. So
Yep.
but we are out for the night. Hope everyone has was it I'm glad was it Osaka made it?
Mhm.
Was it, wait, which one's that one? The Queen. Oh, the Queen of the Damned. Yeah. She's a little farther ahead. She won. She beat out Vigo in round 1 to make it. But I don't know if she's gonna beat I don't know if she's gonna beat Lestat. I don't know. But we'll see. And she says, Mama Bear says, so long as you guys enjoy watching it, that's what matters to me. You gotta watch it. You haven't watched it, Mama Bear? You
It's
really
so good. You
you
got to
really
give it a watch.
I think you might like it. I think you might like it. It's really good.
Mhm.
Really good. I'm tired. My spelling is off. No worries.
Mhm.
I was like, Ahsoka? No, Osaka. I know. I
Mhm.
know what you're talking about. Yeah. So, but cool. Let's get out of here. We appreciate all you guys coming in, hanging out with us. Thank you guys so much in the chat. Happy birthday, Anzo.
Happy birthday, Anza.
A big 50, I think 50.
Mhm.
So happy birthday to him. So definitely go check out Bigger Ford Entertainment. Check out Colt Lords, check out Mama Bear on the different channels she's all on. Tony, appreciate Tony, Jason coming in saying what's up, Professor Fan Film. Have you seen that with T? All you guys, the viewer Drew, Brandon Davis, of course. So appreciate all you guys. We will see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Later.
See you guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.